Okay, we're live. I haven't been live in ages. A lot of people were asking me to go and do a live stream again, so I was like, you know what? I'll do another live stream because they've been good fun. Been really good actually. So just need to set up a few things that I've just realised I've not got set up. I mean, we'll wait for a few people to come in as well into the live stream. Afternoon, Charlie. Welcome to the stream. And do. So it's been a bit of a mad few days, if not last week, in the stock market, you could say. It's been absolutely just crazy. Like the investor count's just been a bit of a mad one. Obviously I've not updated everyone in a long time on that because we only really do that on the Discord, and then also on the streams I tend to show. Welcome TB Loud, DJ Mac, welcome. Ross, yeah, Oscar dipped. We're going to see another red day after market close. Who knows? Who knows? But I'll show you my portfolio in a minute. And yeah, we can just talk about a few things. And I mean, the Oscar situation's crazy because obviously it reacted after what Donald Trump said. But let's say the subsidies don't get extended. I mean, Oscar have been going off projections that then they're going off the fact that worst case scenario they don't get extended, and these are the projections, and they think they're still going to be profitable even regardless of that. So for me, I'm like, well, I'm going to trust the management and put myself in this situation where obviously short term it's painful, it's not great, not good at all, but I've always said as well, like Oscar, I just think they've got the route to be able to go down and be that super app for health, and just start getting people, a lot of the Americans, on board with the app, and then they can start funneling people in and yeah, releasing new products into the app. But obviously you can book appointments with your doctor, you can get your prescriptions, and I can just see it being like just a one all-in-one super app with your health. But they're going down I need to get this right off the top of my head, the ICHRA, which is like the individual plans. So essentially, when you're a company, you can dish it out to your employees and they can pick where they can go. So they'll end up using Oscar as their health plan, and yeah, they'll use Oscar. And that's where they're going down. That's what Oscar's going down the route of. And we'll even get Oscar's. Let me get Oscar's invest relations. Liam, welcome to the stream. Have I ever thought about becoming a qualified advisor? Probably not, because even if I was a qualified financial advisor, I do naturally take on a bit more risk than probably other people. So I probably wouldn't be the best person to be, but I have been interested in probably going down that route maybe when I'm older. But at the moment, I just enjoy documenting and sharing with you guys the information I come across. I'm still learning as well a lot. You can always learn, do you know what I mean? So, why can't I find the... Just trying to find it. You know what? I'll find out another time. But like, anyway, I was going on Honest as well. I was looking at Honest, and a lot of people were asking with it. I did buy a few more shares, but I haven't gone crazy in Honest. I bought some more Oscar as well, by the way. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to load up on some Oscar, because why not? And for the people, because I haven't done some live streams in a while, and a lot of people kept asking about, can you do a live stream? Can you do a live stream? And I was like, I will. I've just been really busy with work, and it's been a bit of a headache, to be honest. And I really wanted to be doing a live stream and talking about stocks with everyone, especially after the last stream we did. We ended up having like, I think 100 odd people, concurrent live viewers, which is insane. So yeah, it is one of those. But if you didn't know, I was obviously updating everyone. I was chucking in information in the premium Discord, in the Patreon one. I was just like chucking in a few information even about the Oscar when obviously people were panicking. So I chucked it in the info, but then obviously I shared what I was buying. I've bought some Meta, ended up buying Oscar, bought some Honest as well. So yeah. But the thing is with Honest that you've got to say to yourself is, it is a risky stock. Like, it is, because things are not guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed in the stock market or in companies, but this is definitely not guaranteed in the sense of knowing a direction of where you're going, where it's going. They're focused on becoming a profitable company, which they did in the quarter. The revenues are declining, but it's because they're getting rid of a lot of the deadwood, a lot of the bits of the company that isn't performing well. So their revenues are going to decline the next few quarters. But then the underlying ones that are doing well, like the wipes and baby personal care, which represents over 50% of the revenue, delivered robust double-digit consumption growth. Wipes up 24%, baby personal care up 10%. So that part of the business is growing, and that is what they're going to be doubling down and focusing on. And they're also doing it so that you can't buy the product off the website, that you can learn about it and understand it, and then you get redirected to, like, say, Amazon, which helps margins for Honest. Ondas, I don't own, because I just think, I might be wrong, but like, I just think it's really overvalued, because I looked at their 2030 projections. See if I can find it. Something came up on my Twitter. Ondas projections. Yeah. So I don't know how true this is, but obviously, this is one part of the business. This is one part of the business that I've only just realised. So I don't know, this is where I don't know much about Ondas, but 140 to 150 million in 2030, which isn't a lot of money, obviously, in revenue. And that's in 2030. So you're buying into the future of the stock massively. Because if you just go off that alone, the current price is still paying 16 or 15 times price to sales, which is very high. And that's for 2030. So for me, a lot of it's just been priced in my opinion. But they could go out and smash earnings, like absolutely do really well. And it changes it a lot, but they're going to have to smash earnings tomorrow, because I think earnings are tomorrow, I believe. So yeah, that's my take on Ondas. I think it's kind of had a cool off period because of that. a lot of people are waiting for earnings, probably going to be waiting for guidance, and they're going to have to really smash earnings and give a bit of a direction of the guidance, and it could do well. But for me, if you're looking at certain revenues that I've seen, it's just not enough to really justify the price today, in my opinion. So that's why I've not bought it. I just think there's better opportunities out there. Like Fubo's, to bear in mind, Fubo is trading at a 0.8 price to sales, so not even one times their revenues. So, and the fact that Ondas is probably trading at, I don't even know the calculations of what they're trading at, but it'd be a very high one. But if we go off those 2030 revenues, that's like, yeah, price to sales of like 15, and that's in 2030. We've still got 4 or 5 years. Oracle looks good from, I mean, I've not properly looked at it, but obviously they've done a lot of deals. But no, I've not really looked into Oracle, to be honest with you. It's down a lot though, wow. I don't know what their recent earnings was, but I think because of the deals that they were coming out with at the time as well, people getting really excited and started buying up the stock. But as well, the big thing with SoFi, Anthony Noto said like he can see this company being $1 trillion company. Obviously, he didn't put a timescale on it, but because that could be in the next 10, 20 years or so. But yeah, he's got ambitions, big ambitions. So imagine this being a $1 trillion company. I mean, the market cap now is like, it's 37 billion. Trade Desk is another one. I just don't really look. I've not really looked into them. I get worried as well. Like a lot of these stocks get really hyped up on TikTok and like YouTube and stuff. But I mean, like that does look really good. I'll be honest. Like that's strong. It's what you want to see. Now this, on face value, this does look good. Yeah, no, this actually seems really interesting. I've heard it so many times. People keep talking about it, but I've never really actually probably had a look into it. But this has really been hit. I wonder what their forward PE is. I need to upgrade my membership again. So I don't know if it's going to let me do it. Forward P is 22. Trade Desk looks good. Obviously this is not financial advice, but Trade Desk looks good and looks promising. I would like to look into, probably if I have the time, look into this more, because this, I could buy some of this in the invest account, couldn't I? Obviously, I don't know how their recent quarters have been. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to upgrade my thing again because physical AI is proper proper helpful for like a base overview. But this is just like the free version at the moment in a way. Yeah, no, Trade Desk looks really good. That, well, I don't want to say really good because I don't know 100%, but just like some of the financials and everything, it looks good. And the forward P is 22, guys. Um, there's a lot of stuff that I need to catch up with because I've just been so busy with work and outside of stocks that like there's been quite a lot of updates and a lot of things happening that I'm just like, yeah, I've just not had a chance to keep up with a lot of news, which is a shame to what I've usually been. But yeah, AMD, I mean, that's the big one for me. Like I think that's going to be one of the biggest positions in my portfolio. SoFi and AMD will overtake Palantir by far. And like, yeah, no, Anthony Noto saying he sees SoFi Technologies one day because they're getting into the crypto scene as well. But obviously, yeah, like I say, in the next few decades, could be a $1 trillion company. Crypto Archie's in the stream. Welcome to the stream. Thanks, mate. Hope you're good. What website are you using, Ben? Physical AI was what I was using then. Really recommend that website if you want to look into stocks and look at their financials and get anything you want. To be honest, it's just so helpful. My membership's run out on it, so I need to renew it. It is quite expensive, but it's. I mean, if you're spending and putting in a certain amount of money you are putting in, I mean, I've started to take it more seriously and start obviously trying to max out my ISA and things. So like, it's worth the money in my opinion. To be fair, Nibius didn't actually have a look at their earnings. I didn't look, so I can't comment. I mean, I'm just looking into Trade Desk myself, so I don't want to like comment on what it does. Obviously, you got an overview here, but it sounds interesting. But like financials and stuff, it looks fairly decent. But the thing is as well, if you go off like Honest, their balance sheet's very good. You gotta. Let's go into the invest account because I mean, don't get me wrong, I am down in the invest account because I've only just started it and I bought the local top, typical. But yeah, let's go into the invest account. So I am actually up on the day, but this is the portfolio in the invest account now. So I haven't updated you guys in a while. Like I said though, if you do want to keep more up to date with this invest account, because I'm not really going to be publicly sharing it, I don't think anyway, and this will be more of like a thing that I will keep to like members and the Patreon. So that will be, obviously that's £5 a month, helps support me in the channel. But yeah, £5 a month, link in the description, the Patreon, the premium group, and I do updates on this portfolio, and I've also been keeping up to date with people with how many shares and what price I bought in at. So it's just a fresh new portfolio that I'm doing. So obviously do not copy my buys or when I sell, just do your own research, but it's for people that like to see and keep updated. But yeah, no, honest, I'm going to be transparent and show you I'm down 18%. Like, this has been hit insanely hard the last few months and in general for ages. But I like getting into stocks like this if they've got certain signs that, do you know what I mean? Sometimes stocks do have an overreaction with certain things you can say in the short term, and you've got to sometimes look past it or see if you can look past it and look at the hidden bits of why there could be potential. Obviously, Honest was struggling. It was going to become bankrupt, and then the new CEO comes in and helps it become what it is now, which is it's starting to become a profitable company. And they're just doing a lot of cutbacks of like the products that aren't doing well, like I've said, and the hidden messages that you've got to kind of like look in between in the calls is if I just do the AI summary. So like they're obviously the transformation 2.0. Don't get me wrong, it is a risky stock to get in at the moment, hence why it's trading at where it is. Obviously high reward as well at the same time. But look, expected to generate 8 to 15 million in annual saving costs with one-time costs of 25 to 35 million. But then the strong performance in core growth categories, so the wipes and baby personal care, which combined represents over 50% of the revenue, delivered robust double-digit consumption growth. Wipes up 24%, baby personal care up 10%. So, yeah. So yeah, there's more details about everything, but household penetration increased 80 basis points to 7.4%, which is good. And consumer loyalty repeat rate strengthened by 30 basis points to 32%, which is really good. Like, you want to see that repeatable order. Like, people want to get into Honest because it's a nice sustainable product, eco-friendly. So yeah, but like they get a guide, and the reasons why it's absolutely getting destroyed is because their revenues are going to decline, and it's also a case of, can they do this turnaround play? Can they make this work? And I mean, the core business, like we saw there, is increasing. It's not declining. If that was decreasing as well, it would be like, well, why am I taking on this risk of having shares in this company? But because they're now profitable, they are also, the core business is doing well, and they're just getting rid of all the other bits that aren't. I mean, I think it's a good opportunity, possibly, in my opinion, and that's why I've got into it. And then, like I say, 70 million odd in cash. Like, the balance sheet's great. And yeah, sorry, I got distracted, but what I was saying is 70 million in cash, and bearing in mind their market cap is $281 million. They got no debts as well. So they got no debts, they got 70 million in cash. They're now starting to make a profit. So that sort of risk is gone. The risk is just, are they going to be growing as a company? And I mean, the core businesses, the revenues are going to look like they've gone down because they're getting rid of stuff that isn't doing well, and it's costing them a lot in like the margins and hurting their business. That's going to be taken out, and then they can focus on the main product, and then their revenues can start increasing again from there. So there's going to be a bit of a year and a half or a year, depends how quick they can do all this, but where, yeah, the quarters aren't going to look great on a quarterly basis and a year over year and going, oh, we're decreasing, but that's because it's the overall, do you see what I mean? The overall company. So I'm taking the risk on it, like, I'll admit it, and that's why I've not got like a crazy amount, but I've got enough that I'm like, oh, but yeah, well, I mean, okay, I was down a lot more on this, but because it went down all the way down to here, and it's just been slowly increasing. But I bought some Honest shares, bought some more Meta shares, and yeah, that's the investor count, guys. So I'll move on. Like I said, if you are interested in supporting me, and also being able to keep up to date with that on more of a, I'll say daily basis, but whenever I buy more shares or sell more shares, or even start new positions, then, and same with the ISA account, link in the description, and it's the Patreon link, and it's £5 a month. Do you know what? Someone's just asked, is it worth investing in SoFi right now? I was tempted to buy some SoFi in my invest account, but it's a bit hard to when you're personally up a lot on it and you've bought in at a certain price, but then you've got to look, these are my projections, which I've put in the Discord. These are the prices I'm happy to buy it at. And I should have really picked some up and I did. I picked up some at $26 in the ISA in here, but I kind of thought I should have really picked some SoFi up when it was $26 for the invest account. So if it goes around there, I might pick up some SoFi. Because it's more so because I've got a big position in SoFi. It's like, it is what it is. If it goes up, it goes up. Great, because I've got a position in it anyway. But if it goes down and it goes down again, I think I would consider putting SoFi in the invest account. And same goes with Oscar, because Oscar's pretty much at my price, and I really think Oscar could do very well. It's just got a lot of situations and there's just not a lot of confidence in the healthcare space at the moment because of the undecided and no confirmation until now December if the subsidies are going to be extended. And yeah, people are reacting badly with that with Oscar. But I mean, come on, like, they've given out projections of where they want to go, and they're diverting their business away as well from just solely on the Affordable Care Act, the ACA. They're going down, obviously, what I mentioned previously in the stream, the ICHRA, off the top of my head, ICRA, whatever you want to call it. They're scaling and trying to get more focused into that as well, making a good little business model in that, and there's a lot of growth there to be had. So, I mean, Oscar's just having that time where no one wants to buy it. And it goes back to all the other streams that I've said, like, no one wanted to buy SoFi, no one wanted to buy AMD, no one wanted to buy Palantir. Like, and eventually, I'm sure it will catch a bid and it will react with how the earnings perform. And I'm sure Oscar will perform with their earnings. It's just they want to become profitable again, like I say, in 2026. And obviously a lot of people want to invest in companies that are profitable, which I understand, which is so fair. And that's stuff that we got to wait for. I've got to wait for. It just means I can start collecting more shares, building up a position in Oscar. I mean, obviously I can't really in the ISA now because I've only got 1,300, but yeah, invest account is definitely on the cards for sure. So yeah, but like Oscar's, it's just, yeah, the growth is mad. I mean, if they do get extended the subsidies, then I mean, Oscar's gonna react so well, and the business is gonna perform like so much better than what they are even guiding and projecting for. But you got to go with worst case scenarios, and that's what they've gone with. But their 2024 revenue was 9 billion. 9 billion. And this is so 2024, their revenue was 9 billion. And their market cap is 3. Like, their price they are trading at such a cheap price. But then, like I say, like, you know, actually, I'm going to do the calculation on that. Get it right for you guys. So, yeah, I thought so. So Oscar is trading at 0.4 times. 0.4 times sales, price to sales. And then we're going off and we're looking at companies where people want to be buying companies that are 50 times sales. 50 times. And Oscar's trading at 0.4. Yeah, I do. I've got a price where I think Oscar can be, especially for 2027, with the information we got given by the CEO for 2027. But yeah, it's annoying because my projections calculator also isn't working now. I'm working on something else to get that sorted. But yeah, but I have got projections for Oscar. Yeah, for 2027. I haven't gone beyond that though just yet, just so we can get more clarification of even with this December with the extended subsidies, and also just get more of a clarification with the healthcare sector. But and also you want Oscar to start becoming profitable again, which 2026 is what they want to do. Then you can start getting more of a gauge of where they could be in 2030. UiPath, I haven't looked into that stock much more, to be honest. The thing is, you got to remember, guys, like I don't really want to look at every single stock because I need to keep up to date with all the stocks I hold here. Because that's if you're holding individual stocks, you need to know what's going on, because you could be holding something that's just dead wood, or there's not any more growth going on, or it's gone down this amount. Why is that? Because of this problem or this, and then you've got to readjust and go, is this much of a problem or not, or is the market overreacting? So I don't really tend to look at like more stocks. Obviously now and then if something catches my eye a bit, I might, but it just means if I make another position in that stock, that's more time to keep up to date with, and it's tough. It's hard, especially when you've got a job as well. That's why it'd be great to be able to do this full time. How much do I plan to put into Meta? That's quite a good question. If Meta stays at the prices it is at and it ranges in this kind of area, I am generally thinking every time I get my paycheck is just putting a certain amount every month without fail into that stock, because I just think it's such a good price at the moment. And I do think the next earnings that they have, they're going to do well. And to be honest with you, as the quarters go on, they're going to do well. And then I'm pretty sure the market will then react and go, oh wow, look, they are performing really well, and then do you know what I mean? And you see how much Google changed. Like Google, no one was wanting to buy Google, and it's just like, what? No one wanted to buy it. Down like here in March, $145, and then now look, it's nearly 300. I wanted to buy Google. I think I even made a TikTok saying Google was a great price. And then eventually it started catching a bid and people wanted to buy it. So yeah. How do you join the Discord and what is the price? It's so in the description of this video, in the stream, you'll see there'll be a Patreon link. Can I show? I don't know if it'll come up. I'll show you, because I think a lot of people asked me this, and I'm like, hopefully it doesn't echo. So if you go onto the stream, it's really weird seeing me. Go on more, and you see this link here, premium group. You just click that, and then obviously when you do pay, it will come up for me on the notification, and then obviously I'll make sure I'll message you, I'll DM you on Patreon on the DMs, so keep an eye out on your DMs on Patreon, and then I'll ask for your Discord, and then I'll send a link over, and then you just click the link and you're in the group, and then yeah. But yeah, that's where I do if there's anything I find, I just chuck it in the info tab, and it's something I can look back on as well and look through, and it's just good information to keep me updated, and then also it helps out other people with information, and same vice versa. A lot of people like the community side of it and help each other out in the chat, and then I'll show you obviously the shares I buy and how many shares and what price. But yeah, it's £5 a month. Entered Meta at 305 per share. Wish I bought more. I mean, it's always the way. But yeah, that's fair play to you. The portfolio is absolutely growing now. Like, I mean, we've hovered on this kind of area for a while. Like, I say a while, like trading. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're on the 3rd of November, so this whole month really has been just back and forth, choppiness. Because on the 3rd, we're on there, 208. So, but really, it's mad. But like, look, 7th of November, literally last week, 184,000. I was down so much, and I was prepared for this to go down even more. And I'm still prepared for it to keep go down, because I just think it is important to have a correction and a bit of a cool off. And to be honest though, some of the growth stocks I've noticed, I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but a lot of the growth stocks have kind of cooled off a bit, and just cooled off and not been pumping every day. And the stocks that are doing well when it comes to financials, they are kind of staying solid. Yeah, Oscar margins, they are projecting to be 5% in 2027. That's what they're going with. Go all in on this investing business, bro. I would if I were you. I know, do you know what? I'll talk to you. I'm just going to get a drink, because I'll be literally 1 minute. But guys, if you stick around, I am going to talk to you about just like my thoughts about things, because it's just good to talk to people about it. But this whole back and forth of because I've not been able to stream because I've been so busy with work. But yeah, I'll talk to you in a minute. I'll just get a drink. Okay. So no, like the big thing for me is I've enjoyed my job. Don't get me wrong. It's just sometimes it gets really intense, or there's a lot going on, and then I also still freelance as well with my videography, because I don't want to throw away clients. So I have to book off time off work, or if it's in the evenings I can still do that. So then that means, well, I can't stream and do YouTube videos. But then the other thing is as well, I do want to move out in 2026, next year. It's a goal of mine. I'm not saying it will happen, but that's something I want to do. But the problem is as well, I don't want to touch my ISA money. This money I really don't want to sell. This is money that I just won't touch. Obviously I'll sell shares if things go overpriced on that, but I just want to I would like to get a house. Then obviously if I stayed on my job, it would just help having the incomes that I've got with my freelance and this, and then my job be able to get a mortgage easily. And then that's when I was thinking of dropping it off once I got the mortgage, and then going full time into like doing this, and then also the freelance videography, and that'll be enough, hopefully, to still invest, pay the mortgage, and all that. So, I mean, that's the goal that I'm aiming for. So we'll see if it happens, but I do really enjoy doing this. But social media is hard. Like when you're doing the YouTube and stuff, it's very up and down. You don't know how well you could do well 1 month or not. So no, I wouldn't be able to invest as nowhere near as much as I do now. No way. Like, because, well, yeah, paying a mortgage and then all the other bills, I would have to. I still do hope I would be able to. I would want to make sure I'm in the position that I can still max out my ISA every year, which is obviously the 20 grand. So I'd make sure I can still do that while paying the mortgage. But yeah, it would be tough for sure. Because I'm not going to go and get like because this is the other thing. It's like, you could get like a 3-bed house, you could get a 2-bed house, but originally I was like, oh, I'll get a 3-bed house and like make so then I don't move house for a long time. But then I'm also like, well, I don't need that. And so I was looking at this 2-bed house that obviously was cheaper, and obviously the monthly mortgage will be cheaper because I'll only put 10% down. I won't put a bigger deposit. I personally don't see the point in doing that. So I'd put 10% down, maybe more, depends. It depends, to be fair, on the situation at the time. But and then yeah, I'd if I was to move out, I would make sure I'm not screwing myself over, because if I can't invest, even if I fall short of the 20 grand a year, that's fine. But as long as I'm putting in at least 15,000 a year into investing, I'll be happy. So yeah. Would you do vlogs like a day in life? I would love to do vlogs, and I've been really tempted on. The thing is, if I was to do vlogs, it wouldn't be on this channel. I'd create a separate channel, YouTube channel, because I think it wouldn't make sense to do it on here, because this is all to do with finances and my investing. So I don't think I would do it on here, because I just don't think it would work. But I'd make a second channel or something, or yeah, because I'd like to do vlogs, but it's just a bit hard of like, what do you film? But I've always been tempted with the traveling that I do for work to vlog, but it's like when you're with your work colleagues and stuff, it's like when you're talking to a camera, it's a bit like, what are you doing? But it's been tempting to do that. I don't actually have a LISA, which is probably controversial. I don't have a LISA because I want to max out my ISA, the 20,000. I'd rather do that than be able to put 16,000 in and obviously 4,000 in the LISA. I'd just rather have max out my stocks and shares ISA. And if it means, obviously, yeah, that just means I won't be getting a house next year, or I will, I don't know, but it just means, because it's so weird, because it's quite a controversial topic, getting a mortgage, because I want to get a mortgage, but then also I know that how much of in some ways a liability it can be, and because it's like a lot of people say, oh, take out all this money in the ISA and dump it in as a big deposit, but your money you'll be better off not doing that. You'll be better off just doing a 10% deposit, doing your monthly mortgages, and let this money compound. So yeah, because I was even like doing like calculations and just chatting to ChatGPT about scenarios, going person A, person B did this and that, and what would blah, 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 and in my opinion, this is not financial advice, but I just think I am probably going to do like a 10% deposit and then let this type of money work for me, compound, and yeah. Yeah, my brother's account's doing really well actually. I said, "Oh, why don't you pick up some Oscar?" And he should probably still maybe pick up some Oscar now because of the price. But he hasn't yet. He's just not interested in investing. Like he really isn't, and it's weird to me because I'm like, I love it, but he just doesn't seem interested in it. And by the way, the market's opened. I've literally forgot again. I've literally been rambling, but yeah, he's not interested, to be honest. And I think I'm glad we set up this whole direct debit of £50 a week in the S&P 500 because at least that's there and that's happening. But yeah, he's not interested in, and to be honest, it's not right really him being in lots of different individual stocks when he's just not interested, because he's just going to be relying on me to do the work of like keeping up to date with the companies, which is fine. But yeah, he's just not bothered, and that's okay. And it makes you realize there's a lot of people that aren't bothered as well with investing, which because they just don't want to put the time in, or they see it as a very, very risky thing. And it is a risky thing if you don't know what you're doing, so you got to be careful. How much do I invest today? It really varies because it depends on if I have a good month with my freelance work and also the YouTube side. So because obviously it's not a set amount that I earn every month. Obviously it is with my job, but I make sure regardless to put 1,500 a month definitely, and then any of the freelance work that I get in or YouTube and stuff, I might put in more as well, but minimum 1,500 a month in the invest account right now. And I did buy heavily in the invest account the other day of Meta, so I really want to have quite a nice size position in Meta, to be fair. So I'm praying to the gods that it just stays at these prices. Like, what is it at the moment? Because I just feel like as soon as you know it, it'd be up and you've missed the boat. But yeah, if it can stay down here, that'd be great. 785 it went to. Why don't you do part-time in your current job instead of leaving? I've actually put that forward and they're not interested. They want someone full-time, which is understandable, especially with the type of role I've got. And then you could say, oh, why don't you hire another part-time or just someone else, and that kind of creates a full-time thing. But I've put it out there and they don't seem interested in that. And I actually, between us who's watching this, I nearly handed in my notice the other day because I was just getting kind of stressed out with it all and things. And then they were like, my manager was like, I think let's just take it day by day. Let's just see. This could be a bit of a reactional thing, which now I think about it, probably was a bit reactional. But yeah, part-time, if they did part-time, I'd actually be up for that. That'd be good. I'm lucky I can work from home though, and that's a massive plus. Going to the office once a week, not bad at all. But if I had to go in the office more, then yeah, it wouldn't work. Because you got to bear in mind, like I don't know if people know, but I did freelance for a year before this job, and my freelance was going really well. So a lot of the freelance clients I've got, I'm trying to balance it on the weekend or in the evenings or even during the week, and I would have to take time off work or shift things. It's like, it's a lot. My freelance has taken a hit since being full-time in a job as well, because obviously you can't do everything, but I would concentrate and get back in that freelance world and try and build up again, and obviously spend a lot of time doing streaming, because I was looking at offices as well, like getting like a cheap office space, and I was looking, you can get some for like £150 a month with bills, and I was thinking that'll give me more structure. I'd go, let's say I did do this full time and my freelance, like I'll go into the office 5 days a week, you do an open stream and then you do a closed stream, market open and a close, market close, and that's like kind of your day, do you know what I mean? And then in between I'm filming YouTube videos and coming across some research I've done. Like, if I don't know if any of you were watching, let me know in the chat if you watched the Fubo video, and if you haven't, check out the Fubo video, because it's actually, in my opinion, I think it's quite a good little insight of what Fubo and the potential it has. But I want to do more videos like that I did with Fubo, and I can put more time into it and yeah, really just do a lot more videos, because at the moment I probably average one a week, if that, which isn't enough to do YouTube full time, is it? You can't be posting one a week. You've got to be posting at least minimum 3 times a week. So like when any of you are watching these streams or watching my videos or liking the streams and liking the videos and commenting, and some of you in the Patreons and the Discords, every single one of you, everything that you're doing, it's so helpful. It supports me so much, and I'm really grateful for it. And it kind of creates the reality of possibly being able to do this full time and putting in all my efforts into it. So yeah, but I do it as a hobby. Like, I do it for fun. Like, I love doing it. So to be able to do it as a job and get paid and actually not have to worry about your bills because you know you're getting enough would be the absolute dream. The vlog could be a day in the life of videography. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I have thought about doing that. To be honest, I did vlogs on this channel a few years back, and I would do a vlog of my day slightly just to get an insight, and then I would talk about stocks, and then I would also show my portfolio, like a little update within the vlog. And that's maybe a direction I could go down, and it kind of gets it a bit more just different to what you see on YouTube. So you're seeing a bit of a vlog within a portfolio update video kind of thing. So, yo, Perfective. The good thing is with these lives though, even if any of you are late, you can just rewatch them. They always stay up, so you can rewatch them and play it in the background or listen to it as like a podcast, or because I do that with a lot of streams and YouTube videos. Sometimes I don't even watch it. I'm kind of just like listening in. It's almost like a little podcast. So you can do that. But is AMD flying? What is AMD doing? Let's have a look. AMD, what the? Right, guys, what's happened here then? What is it? Just going because it's going, or has there been any news? So this is a little hack, I would say, for people. If you're on Twitter and something you might need to find something out, or there might be some news, or you're like, why has this gone up a lot? I put in AMD, and then on the top, and then it will go, oh, it's got this contract, or da da da. So look, 4 new analyst ratings for AMD this morning. So a lot of people, so a few have upped their price targets. Upside to average price target plus 12%. So that could be a reason why it's going up. But no, that's a good little thing for you guys if you want to ever do, like, have a look. But I think AMD, I really hope I'm right, but I think AMD is just getting underestimated, and it's only just starting to get recognition of what is like. You got to remember, a lot of companies aren't really interested in the MI350 and that. Like, there's a few, but it's the MI400, the MI450. That's where a lot of companies will want to have that. But that's 2026, so we're not even getting that now. 2026 will be, and 2027 will be, hopefully, I'm hoping, good years. I spoke about Honest earlier on in the video, so I recommend just rewatching it, because otherwise it'll be like a repeat for other people. So yeah, I would rewatch it. Because I'm gonna have to. Snapchat doing a little run as well. We're up 25% nearly. Look at it go. It's actually going as soon as I clicked on it. We're pumping it. We're pumping it. Look. SoFi up 3.7. What is going on with it? We've just hit 50 grand in SoFi. What a number. Grab being sideways like always. So Fubo being Fubo. BBAI. I haven't looked at their recent earnings, but I don't know. I'm not interested in it right now anyway. Advanced money duplicator, you know. Oh, the government shutdown is over too. What do you think about this AI bubble people keep talking about? I know it's a tough one, and yeah, the S&P 500 is trading at the same PE as the dot-com bubble, but the only difference is this time we've got companies actually making a serious amount of money, and also on a consistent basis growing their revenues by a lot. So it is different in that sense, and I do think AI is here to stay. I don't know, like, you got to think, like, Meta's trading at a 25 PE. I know you've got, like, Nvidia, you've got AMD now. Like, AMD is trading at a high PE, 116. The forward PE, I think off the top of my head, is like 50 odd. So it's not as bad as people think, but the growth is there. There's a lot of growth there, and the companies in the capex are spending so much into AMD, into Nvidia, into these data centers. I do think there's a bit of a bubble though when it comes to some of these smaller growth kind of stocks, and they're cooling off. Like Iron, that's been cooling off. That's had a huge run. Some of the other stocks I can't think off the top of my head, like ASTS, all them. So yeah, I don't know. The thing is, regardless if this is a bubble or not, I've looked at where the revenues and what they've been projecting, and the data that I've been pulling, or from the research and what the CEOs say, and they believe the TAM or the potential is this is the amount of the market they have, and you can start using those numbers and then getting revenues from that, and then you can see where the margins are expanding, and then you can start in, like, the projection calculator that I did have. I need to get something sorted. You can put in the numbers and you can see where the stock can be, and then it makes sense. So I'm actually not worried. I mean, obviously, yeah, short term, I think we could have a correction and it could be horrible, but I'm prepared for that mentally. But I'm not wanting this money in a year's time or two. So it doesn't really matter for me. So if I needed this money next year, I would be pulling this out and I would be not risking. But there's a lot more growth, to be honest. I would like to get into property, yeah. And the thing is with the capex spend, and also the AI is justified because it's showing that it's helping with the revenue growth and helping with margins. Like, they're not doing it for the fun of it, the spending. I was talking about SoFi earlier. I would probably even start a position in SoFi in the invest account, to be fair, if it could go back to like 26, 25. You work in big tech. I don't think this crashing. Interesting. What is the fear and greed index actually? 35. Mad. Yeah, I should. Well, I've got a portfolio update video specifically for all the stocks that I hold, so I'll check out that YouTube video. My recent video, it would be a stock market portfolio update video, so, and you'll see all the individual stocks and everything. Yeah, I think Grab and Fubo are going to be great stocks. I just, obviously right now not many people would be buying it, but that's fine. So, but I've done my research into it, so yeah, I'm confident. All right, I think I'm going to end off the stream because I've got to get back to work. But if anyone's interested in keeping up to date with the invest account that I showed, and also any buys, or when people are interested in how many shares I buy and what prices, and also any information I chuck in, then check out the Patreon Discord, link in the description. It's £5 a month, and yeah, you see when I've bought, as soon as I bought a stock, you see it, and also when I've sold, and also there's a little chat so people can talk in the community. So yeah, £5 a month, and it really helps me out as well. So yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're brand new. And yeah, hopefully I will do some more streams soon.